Alright, so in this haircut tutorial, we're going to do a taper, kind of like a high taper, a little bit of a high taper, medium, high taper, fade, taper on the sides, taper in the back. A lot of people call it blowout, some people call it 9 to 5, some people call it a temple fade, a taper fade, all kinds of crazy names for it. That's why I don't really go by, terms of names for haircuts. Just show your barber a picture of the haircut. That goes to all the videos. If you want that haircut, just show them a screenshot of the haircut. With that being said, he does have that long hair, and before I started cutting hair, he had like a hair band around his head, so you're gonna see like an indent following all through here. Unless he washes his hair or something, it's not gonna come out. So if you do see that with the taper, there might be a little bit of hair sticking up in the back. That's because he was wearing a hairband. And if you are a barber, you know the headache with that. And before the video starts, I just want to thank you guys. I'm about to hit the 10 million views mark. There's 10 million views, so you've been watching, but you ain't subscribed yet. There's a little subscribe button right here. Click on it, subscribe. I appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and get to the footage.
Alright, so right here we're going to choose, not these ones, we're going to choose these ones right here. The Barber Lithium FXs, wireless clippers, these are for fading. You can do all around hair cutting, but I'm using them for fading. The WAHL detailers, these are for trimming and edging. And the Andy ZRs, these are your workhorses, these are for bolt cutting. So these are the 3 clippers we're using for this entire haircut, minus the razor and the shaver. So we're going to start off with the outliner blade on the Andy ZRs, and we're going to start the first guideline. Completely balding it out, as you can see here. And if you don't have Andy ZRs, you can use your WAHL detailers to do the same thing. It's probably not going to be as close or as efficient, but it's going to work. So now we got the Barber Lithium FXs. The blade is all the way open. There's no guard. Start the next guideline. And now we're going to start to take that guideline out. You can see I'm closing it and I'm opening it a quarter of a way every time we go up a little bit. Now it's blended. It's that simple. We overthink it, but it's that simple. And you can do this next step with the number 1 guard. It's open in this instance. We're gonna create another guideline, and it's open. It's not closed. Now it's closed. We're just gonna remove some of the bolt, go right underneath where we left the last guideline. And then we go to the number 0 guard. If you're using WAHLs, you can use your half guard. Right here we're using number 2. I think it's open. Yeah, it's open. The number 2 is open. Go ahead and close it. Just remove a little bit of bolt, as you can see here. So here we start with the clip open. It gives you a little bit more room for error. The number 3 is pretty much going to be the last guard that we use, and it's closed in this instance. You can see that the lever is closed on the side of it. So we're going back now. We're just going to do detail work. This taper right here, this temple taper, or taper fade, whatever you want to call it, it's more of a gradual blend, right, into a messy top. It's a taper with a messy top. He doesn't really do any crazy styling or anything like that. He leaves it as is. He might put some gel or some water in there every now and then, or some lotion, put a rubber band in there or something. But it's just a messy top with a nice clean taper on the sides and the back. It almost gives a clean, like, it almost doesn't make sense, but a rugged, clean look. So we're just doing detailing, and you can follow along in the captions with what guards I'm using. Alright, let's start in the back. So now we got the blade open, just like we did on the sides. This is going to be a little bit more gradual because you got more space to work with. And one thing I do, like, I didn't show the consultation in this, and I don't show the consultation in a lot of my haircuts and my tutorials because most of these guys I've been cutting for years. I already know what they want. I already know how to tag their haircuts. I know where their imperfections are. So sometimes I skip some imperfections. Sometimes I do cover them. What I would tell you is that just, you know, if you don't really, in the consultation, you don't really understand what they really want. Let's say you don't, you know, the person cannot really choose whether they want a low taper or a mid taper or a high taper. That's very subjective, that question right there. But some people might be able to just show you a picture, and that's what's effective. If they can show you a picture of what they want, you know exactly what to do. But you know, a low taper to Bobby might be a mid taper to John, and a high taper to Billy might be a mid taper to Chris. You feel me? So what I would tell you is very confusing. If they don't have a picture, just give them the best damn haircut that you can give them, and do it to your preference. If you give them a good haircut at the end of the day, they might just come back 9 times out of 10 and they'll be like, listen, the haircut came out dope, I just want the taper a little bit higher, or I just want the taper a little bit lower. If you can give them a nice haircut, they're gonna know that you can do whatever they want you to do. They just gotta explain it a little bit better. So if you're not a barber and you watch these videos, let me know in the comments if that would be effective for you. If not, just tell me you wouldn't even come back in the comments. I think that would help all barbers and some customers too, I would say. And guys, if you like the instrumental that I'm using, I just want to shout out my cousin Tito. His link is in the description. He has a bunch of beats on the SoundCloud page. Go check him out. I realize this is a very difficult haircut for a lot of people. I think a lot of times it's using your corners. You know, there's a lot of length at the top or at the ridge and a little bit below the ridge. But I pretty much stop the taper with a 3-guard. If that doesn't work for you, a lot of times it's shaping with the 3-guard. Like, I might lift out, or I might just use the corners. But some people might use the clip over comb. In this instance, with this particular client, I didn't have to. And that's with trial and error. You learn that with trial and error. And after cutting somebody a few times, you learn that you can skip some steps on this particular person. On others, you might need to use all kinds of steps, clip over comb and everything. This is probably the last video I'm gonna do with the Babyliss. I ended up giving them to my wife. She's in cosmetology school, if you guys don't know, so she'll be using them. And I'll show you guys what I'm using next in the next video. I got a product review that I'm gonna show you guys, and I'll be rocking out with those for a little bit. Here we're using the detailers to finish the edges. They are not zero gapped, but they are adjusted. I don't like them too sharp. I'm a little heavy-handed, and I don't have to worry about, when you're doing a lot of haircuts in a day, you don't want to worry about how hard you're pressing. You want to be able to just tap and go. At least I don't want to. Some people like it real sharp. And people always I got some people that comment, how come you don't use the masters no more? Oh, you sold out, I remember when you only used one clipper, one trimmer. Guys, I use different clippers for you guys to have different tools and give my opinion and not be so close-minded and just sticking to one thing. Try everything. Try all the tools. Try everything the industry has to offer. Like, I swear by the T outliners, but right here I'm using the detailers. At the end of the day, to a certain extent, the clipper doesn't make the barber. The trimmer don't make the barber. The barber makes the cut. Now, I will say a clipper or a trimmer might determine your efficiency. It might determine how long that clipper or trimmer will last when you're cutting a lot of volume or in a professional environment. But you should be able to do a dope cut no matter, the trimmer or the clipper. And right here we got the shave gel. Shout out to the official Tune 45 Instagram page. We definitely want to see some more shout outs and stuff like that, and we'll definitely repost it. We've gotten a lot of love on the Instagram page, and I gotta say I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. But nonetheless, we're using Tune 45 shave gel. You can get it at tune45.com, and we're doing our finishing touches, our sharp edges with a comfortable shave because of the Tune 45 shave gel. Man, we've been working on international orders. If you're a follower on my Snapchat, you've seen that we've been trying to get your feedback and work with certain people in different countries to be able to get it there. And man, we're really learning a lot. And for the most part, we have Canada almost ready to go, and other countries we're working on, but it's been real tough. You guys can see, I try to go against the grain as much as possible. The shave gel, the neck shave is a game changer for a lot of clients. But that's it, guys. This is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you guys liked the haircut. And if you did, please subscribe. Please subscribe, man. And I appreciate everybody who watched the video. So, signing out, your boy, Chris Bassi.